There's a kind of pain that doesn't scream, it doesn't bleed, it doesn't leave marks on your skin, but it eats you quietly, from the inside out. It's not depression, not exactly sadness, it's a strange emptiness, a hollow space in your chest that feels heavier than a mountain, a silence that follows you even in the loudest rooms. Have you ever sat in a crowd and still felt like you're the only one there? Have you ever achieved something, a goal, a dream, and still it didn't feel like enough? That's not weakness, that's not failure, that's emptiness, and it comes for all of us at some point in life. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. Feeling empty doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means something inside you is unheard, unseen, unloved. Sometimes the most dangerous part of life is not when you're surrounded by enemies, but when you're surrounded by silence. You scroll endlessly on your phone, not to be entertained, but to escape from the thoughts, from the questions, from yourself. You keep yourself busy so you don't have to stop and feel the emptiness. But here's the thing, you can't outrun emptiness because it's not behind you, it's inside you. And until you learn to face it, to listen to it, to understand why it's there, you will always feel like something is missing, no matter how much you achieve, no matter how many people surround you, no matter how loud your world becomes. You weren't born feeling empty, you were born with light, with wonder, with innocence, with the belief that you mattered, just because you existed. So, what happened? Maybe someone told you that your feelings were too much, so you stopped feeling them. Maybe you were punished for being loud, curious, or emotional, so you became silent and small. Maybe every time you needed love, you were met with distance, so you learned to stop asking. And every time your truth was ignored, your soul took a step back, until one day you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize who you'd become. You became what the world wanted, polite, quiet, productive, smiling, but not you. That emptiness, it's not a lack of achievements, it's the distance between who you are and who you're pretending to be. It's the weight of all the shoulds and musts you carry, just to be enough for others. You laugh in public, but you cry alone. You give everything to everyone, but have nothing left for yourself. And every night, when the world sleeps, the silence reminds you, something is missing. But here's the truth. It's not love you're missing, it's yourself. The child inside you, the real you, is still waiting, waiting to be held, to be heard, to be loved, not for what you do, but for who you are. Let's stop running. Let's stop pretending. Let's start healing. But healing doesn't start with motivation, it starts with truth. And truth can be uncomfortable, truth can be ugly, but truth is the only doorway to peace. In the next part, we go deeper. We'll talk about how to reconnect with your real self, how to stop people-pleasing, how to rebuild your self-worth, and how to finally feel full again from the inside out. So how do you heal? You don't heal by forcing yourself to be happy. You don't heal by pretending to be okay. You heal by slowly, gently coming back to yourself. Not the version the world expects, not the mask you wear, but the real, unfiltered, raw version of you, the one you buried a long time ago. That child who used to dream, who used to cry freely, who used to laugh from the stomach without caring who was watching. That part of you didn't die. It just got quiet, because the world was too loud, and now it waits, not in some faraway place, but right here, in the silence, in the stillness, in the empty spaces you keep trying to avoid. So where do we begin? We begin with permission. Permission to slow down, to not be perfect, to stop chasing, to just be. This world rewards the ones who hustle, but healing doesn't happen in speed. It happens in stillness. Take a breath, right now. Yes, really. Breathe deeply. Feel it. That breath is proof. You're still here, and that means there's still time to come home to yourself. Behind every distraction, behind every scroll, behind every toxic relationship you keep running back to, there's a pain you haven't faced. Sit with it. Don't run. Listen to it like a child who's been crying alone for too long. Ask, what do you need? What did you not get when you needed it most? What lie did you start believing about yourself? These aren't questions for the mind, they're for the soul. Answer them slowly, honestly, gently. You'll be surprised how much truth is hiding behind your own silence. You are not meant to beg. You are not meant to shrink, just to make someone else stay. Anyone who makes you feel hard to love is not love. You don't need more followers, more validation, more attention. You need someone who can sit with your darkness and still see your light, and that someone can first be you. You've been giving everyone else your loyalty. Try giving it to yourself now. Forgive yourself for not knowing better, for staying too long, for breaking your own heart. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's the only way forward. You can't build a new life while dragging the guilt of the old one behind you. You are not your past, you are the awareness that sees the past. You're evolving, and that is something to honor. This is how healing starts. Not with perfection, but with presence, with tiny choices, with brutal honesty, with silent nights that break you and slowly rebuild you. You don't need a million changes, you need just one. Start choosing yourself again, even when it's hard, even when it's lonely, even when the world tells you not to, because only you can walk this path. Only you can meet the you that's waiting, just beyond the pain. You've cried, you've broken down, you've walked through the storm alone, but you're still here, and that means you're not done yet. There's still something inside you that hasn't given up, and maybe that's not strength. Maybe it's just hope, the silent kind, the one that whispers when everything else is screaming. So now you've reached the part where healing begins to settle in, where you no longer fight yourself, but begin to walk with yourself. This is where wholeness begins. Most people think healing feels like fireworks, like joy flooding your heart instantly. But real healing feels like quiet. No more racing thoughts, no more pretending, just quiet. At first, that silence might feel like emptiness, but soon you'll see that silence is actually peace. Not because the pain is gone, but because you've stopped running from it. You've accepted it, held it, and said, I see you. You don't have to scream anymore. And in that moment, you become whole again. Beneath all the pain, all the guilt, all the shame, there is still a version of you that is soft, kind, strong, and full of light. You didn't lose that version, you just stopped visiting it. But now, you're coming back to the part of you that believed, that trusted, that loved deeply, without fear. That part of you is not dead, it's just waiting for you to say, I'm ready to return home. You've worked too hard to find peace. So now, guard it, not with walls, but with wisdom. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not every voice deserves to be heard in your mind. Not every opportunity is worth your peace. Protect your mornings, protect your sleep, protect your heart. Say no more often. Walk away faster. Hold boundaries, not to push people away, but to protect the soft soul you're rebuilding inside. You don't need a perfect life. You need a life that feels like love. Not romantic love, but the kind of love that makes you feel seen, even when no one is watching. A quiet room, a warm cup of tea, a playlist that understands you, a sunset that doesn't ask questions, a routine that makes you feel safe inside your own body. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just peace. And peace is the highest form of love you can give yourself. You've been searching everywhere for something, but the truth is, you were never lost. You just forgot. You forgot who you are beneath the noise. You forgot how powerful silence can be. You forgot what it felt like to believe in your own worth. But now, you remember. You remember that healing doesn't mean the pain disappears. It means you stop being defined by it. You remember that your worth isn't in what you produce, but in who you are when no one's watching. You remember that you are already enough, not someday, not when you're successful, but now, right now. If you still feel empty, it's okay. You're not behind. You're not broken, you're just awakening. This pain is not your ending, it's your invitation to live deeper, to love truer, to walk slower, to meet yourself again, not as a stranger, but as your own home. So next time you feel empty, don't run. Sit down, breathe, close your eyes, and say, "Welcome back. I missed you. You are your own healer, your own home, your own peace, and this time you're not leaving yourself again.